What's up guys, Doe here, and today I'm talking about week, 8 of trials, I think? Week 8, which includes Rizikiri, and these trials for normal are pretty fair. I think that they're pretty fun, they're pretty fair. It's just a freaking juiced up Rizikiri, and that's a good time. Like, it's fun to fight behemoths that are, take longer to fight, the fight's more fleshed out because you're spending more time fighting it, and it can do more of its mechanics. Like, I like that. That's what I want trials to be, but it's not. Anyway, so for the normal version of trials for Rizikiri this week, you're gonna have Radiant Mollusks, and they're just the Garys from SpongeBob cruising around the trials arena. When you step in their little goo trail, they'll blind you. They got that pepper spray, man. Except like it's just white out. It goes full white. So try and not get bodied by that because it can totally mess you up. And it's actually fair. If it might feel to some people it might feel sort of like I guess messed up, but this is a good mechanic because it doesn't last very long and you can avoid it. If you don't avoid it, you'll get blinded for I think maybe 3 seconds, and that's fine. Like that's fair to me because the smallest don't do damage to you. They don't incapacitate you in the sense like you're stunned. Like, this is a good mechanic to have with the snails because they're impactful, but they don't ruin the whole fight. And then the next modifier is going to be called Flaming Tail. And this is where behemoth tail attacks do bonus fire damage and cause slayers to set on fire. Pretty self-explanatory. Flaming tail is on fire. You get on fire if you get hit. With this modifier, if you get hit, it's not a good time. It's not fun to get hit by the tail. You can get clapped. But the fire itself isn't a big deal. All you have to do is roll it off. If you're low on stamina, if you're low on health, you might get bodied. But if you have stamina, you should be good. Now, for the Dauntless Trials, this is where it has my most favorite and beloved modifier ever. That we should put this modifier on every behemoth. Just slap it on everything because that's inspiring, right? Anyway, this next modifier is called Aftershock, aka Tremors, aka Smile. It's a great time. But behemoth slam attacks cause targeted shockwaves, and to explain how this works, Rizikiri will have 3 different ways to send out shockwaves. The first is going to be the normal way. On any slam attack, whenever it's not enraged or aether charged, on any slam attack, it'll just send out a tremor starting from around the head area where it hits the ground. So, to dodge it, you want to dodge super duper late. You want to dodge almost to where you're going to get hit because that's the only way to dodge both the tremor and the slam at the same time. Otherwise, you have to dodge twice, or in some cases you can get lucky and dodge to the left, and that'll work too. But during enrage, the tremor comes from the tail. So whenever it's enraging and it goes to slam, whenever it starts the enrage animation, that slam will have a tremor coming from the tail. Past that slam, past the enrage animation, you're good. It'll be a normal tremor. Now for Aether mode, it'll have 2 tremors. So when it goes to Aether mode, this is where it slams the ground in like a weird fashion, where it's a really long wind up and it hits the ground with its tail on the ground too. There'll be tremors from both the head area and the tail area. So for that one, you just get out of Dodge, bro. You go take a vacation to Canada or something. You get out of there. You just run away. You ignore it. Which honestly, for all the tremors, you can just ignore them. You can legit just back away and ignore Rizikiri, which it's dumb that you can do that. It's dumb that that's sort of what they're kind of training some people to do, but that's just how tremors work. But I'll be talking about trials a bit later, I think in a different video, talking about Little X Store, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, the next modifier in Dauntless difficulty will be Incandescent Incarceration. Holy moly, you freaking thesaurus having fools. So this is where slayers that go down will be trapped by a radiant orb. In solo, this does not matter at all because, well, yeah, it doesn't matter at all. Because if you're playing on Dauntless difficulty, if you die, you're dead, right? If you're in a group, this means that if you die, there's actually a mechanic you have to do. And I think that's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool to see this kind of thing happen to where when someone dies, you're not just, oh, I'm gonna go press E on them. It's like, no, you have to break this bubble, use some damage, break it quickly, all that kind of stuff. So I actually like this mechanic a lot. It's interesting to me. It's unique. It's cool. I enjoy it. And plus, it plays super heavily to the theme of Rizikiri, and that's a big thing. It makes sense on Rizikiri, right? Like some of these modifiers, like in the past few weeks, didn't really make sense with the behemoth, but this definitely does. This and the Radiant Mollusks are choice. Now the last modifier is gonna be called Inferno. It's just where behemoths on fire effects last longer and do more damage. So if you get by the tail, which is the flaming tail, you're gonna not have a good time. unless you have molten or fireproof. So those are modifiers. But as for the fight, I actually fought Rezakiri a couple times with recruit sword, and I fought it one time with or twice with the Shrike sword that has like 11 power. It took me 28 minutes to not even kill it, but I killed it with the recruit sword in I think 12 minutes, something like that. But I beat it with the Warpike in 12 minutes on Dauntless difficulty. I beat it with the hammer with a 457 with no pots basically, and repeaters with like a 5-minute run. But I'll be showing you guys my axe run, which I really liked. I think it was really smooth. It was a good time. I'll also be leaving the build for the axe in the description, so if you want that, go and check there. But y'all, if you want to at this time, if you want to support my content, you can do so by subscribing to me on Twitch with a tier 1 sub. Right now they're half off. If you do so, you get my Twitch Flare sub, or my Dauntless Flare by, you know, being a sub and then going to my Discord and joining that. There'll be like a way to get that. And also use my credit code on the Epic Games Store. That helps me out a ton. But regardless, I'm gonna go ahead and play the run, which I thought was pretty good. It's a solo axe run on Dauntless difficulty, and it was pretty smooth. So guys, enjoy that, and thank you again for watching so far. I will see you at the end. So about that, I actually can't play the clip in its entirety. I mean, I can, but I don't want to because it's got music in the background. That music will get copyrighted, and this video will be demonetized. So instead of doing that, I'll show you how it ended, or I'll show you the time I got, and I'll show you a clip where I played really well, probably the best I played with axe ever on this trial, and I kind of got bodied at the end by something that I think is not fair. So we'll go ahead and watch that instead. So that is the run, and that is basically the trial, which, by the way, guys, if you aren't doing normal trials, I really suggest doing them. There's a lot of new stuff in the Lady Luck store, which I have a video on describing what the new stuff is. So be sure to check that out, because it's important you do normal trials right now to get your freaking marks, to buy the new stuff, to sort of get that new experience in Dauntless. But anyway, that's the video, guys, and I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, maybe consider leaving a like, commenting down below, and sharing the video. And if you want to see more videos like this, then be sure to subscribe to this channel for more Dauntless content. That is what I do here. But that's all I gotta say, y'all. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.